Joe McElderry back on the show. It's Joe
Hello.
McElderry. Joe, it's been... I don't know, a year?
It
or,
has,
or maybe
isn't it?
more.
I think the last time I was here was about September, October time.
I think it was. I think it's got
been too long.
And now, last time we spoke, let's just pick up the story from the last time that we spoke to you. Because you're off the leash now, I suppose, from Mr. Cal. We can say that, can't you? You're off the X Factor leash now.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to talk about Pop Star to Pop Star. That's your big thing.
Yes.
And obviously, it's a thing that you've just been on the TV for, and a well-deserved win.
Thank you
the
very
best
much.
man won, by the way.
Thank you.
Although my wife thought that Cheryl Baker was from Blue Peter.
Oh, dear.
She was like, Cheryl Baker, isn't she the one from Blue Peter? No, she was from Bucks Fizz.
Bucks Fizz.
But,
similar names.
Never mind.
But...
And I also can't believe that you beat Midjaw. Midjaw, who raised all that money for Band-Aid with Bob Geldof. He went out on the first week. Look at his thanks for that, eh?
No.
Did you feel guilty? Mildly guilty.
Yes.
The man who raised millions for Africa. All right, so let's just rewind. Let's rewind back to when we last spoke. Why is the X Factor launches a few people, very few people, into orbit? And then others, they get to orbit, and then the Earth's gravitation pulls them back down.
I don't know. I think a lot of it was to do with the fact that I went away for so long.
Yeah.
You know, I think I think we left it a bit too late with releasing the album. But I think it's also down to the label. You know, I think things went on my campaign didn't go as well as I would like them to have went. I mean, I'm not going to go into discussing what they are, but...
No, I mean, the thing is, I suppose... You've always struck me as a guy that looks forward and not back. And
exactly.
I don't think, you know, there's no point, you know, with recriminations and kind of blaming this person and that person.
Yeah, exactly. I think it just, you know, I think there was a few things, timing issues. We didn't get a few, we missed out on a few things, and I think it had a lot to do with that. And I think now that I'm away from Syco, I've learned from a few things, and when I go into making this new record that I start, like, as of Monday, them things won't happen again, you know, and I've learned from them mistakes, and it's made us a stronger artist. I've experienced things in the past 6 months that I probably wouldn't have experienced had I have still been with Syco. And I think I'm glad I'm fending for myself a bit more instead of having this huge establishment behind us, protecting us.
Well, this is the first time that I've spoken to you, and we've spoken a couple of times. It's the first time you've not been accompanied by a big posse of minders.
I have a few minders, but I don't have that many.
I know you got a few minders, but they're a bit more low key than last time.
Yeah.
Which is good. Which is good. And I think
I'm in a position now where I've experienced the good bits, I've experienced the bad bits, and I'm now in a position to move forward and just enjoy my career.
Yeah.
You know, I know what I need to be doing. I know how to do it. I've got the team behind us to do it now, and that's what I'm concentrating on. I feel in a really great place now, and I feel comfortable with what I was doing. I think it's took a long time to really understand this industry and understand the job that was kind of thrust upon us.
Yeah.
You know, without realising the magnitude of the show. And I think now I've come into my own a bit.